I never thought I would go to war over 12 feet of concrete. But Karen made damn sure that changed fast. It was barely dawn when I stepped outside with my coffee. The neighborhood was still sleeping peacefully around me. And there she was, our HOA overlord in the flesh. Karen Whitaker, president of Cedar Grove Estates herself. On her knees in my driveway like she owned the place. Spray painting a thick white line right down the middle. Like she was drawing borders for her personal kingdom. I stood there, frozen mug halfway to my lips. You've got to be kidding me right now, Karen. She looked up, not even a hint of shame on her face. This section is now designated as community access easement. Per the new assessment, she said with zero hesitation. New assessment, my ass, I thought, sipping slowly. I let the pure absurdity wash over me first. You mean the assessment that magically doesn't exist? She stood up, clipboard clutched like a battle shield. Her bright pink blazer strained against her frame. Hair pulled so tight it looked physically painful. This is for the greater good of the neighborhood. Uniform streetscape and higher property values, she declared. Higher property values, the sacred chant of every Karen. I pointed at the county deed in my hand later. My driveway, my property, and zero easement anywhere. She smiled that vulture smile I would grow to hate. The board will review it, she said with fake calm. Of course they would, because rules only applied to me. Days turned into weeks of escalating HOA nonsense. Fines landed in my mailbox like clockwork threats. Certified letters smelling of desperation and cheap perfume. My neighbor Ben just shook his head at the mailbox. She's done this before, he said with a sigh. She thinks she's running her own little fiefdom here. I decided enough was enough after the third fine. I rolled out the old blue tractor from the garage. Parked that beautiful diesel beast right across her line. Diagonal and taking up every single defiant inch. The engine rumble felt like sweet petty justice. Karen showed up within the hour, face beat red. What is this monstrosity doing on community property? I leaned against the tractor with a calm grin. This just some shared community equipment, Karen dear. Her eyes nearly popped right out of her head. You are obstructing official HOA operations, she snapped. Am I though? I asked, tilting my head innocently. The whole neighborhood started pulling out their phones. Snickers turned into open laughter within seconds. She hired 2 sketchy guys the very next week. They came with chains and a rusty pickup truck. Tried dragging my tractor away while I was gone. Got 50 feet before the chains snapped dramatically. Tractor sat there like a drunk elephant in the street. Neighbors poured out, kids pointing and laughing hard. One old lady actually started slow clapping in delight. When the sheriff finally rolled up, Karen tried again. It's under review, officer, she repeated like a robot. He looked at my notarized documents, then at her. Ma'am, you have zero legal authority to touch this. The entire cul-de-sac erupted in loud, genuine cheers. Democracy, someone yelled from across the street, laughing. Karen stormed off, muttering under her breath furiously. But villains like her never quit that easily. She filed more complaints and sent fresh fines daily. Even cracked my mailbox clean in half one night. I caught the whole thing on the new security cam. Then came the glorious small claims court showdown. She claimed damages to precious community resources. My lawyer Harlan destroyed every lie in 14 minutes. The judge basically told her to stop wasting time. She stepped down for personal reasons a week later. HOA code for everyone finally hates you now, Karen. Peace actually returned to Cedar Grove for a month. Birds chirped, potlucks happened, kids played freely. No one measured grass with a ruler like a lunatic. Then they pulled the move nobody saw coming. They invited me to join the HOA board officially. I laughed at the envelope at first, then paused. Why not become the system that tried to crush me? First meeting, I pushed hard for total transparency. Dug through dusty old files during late nights. And there it was in black and white, Karen's plan. Pages and pages of converting private driveways everywhere into HOA-owned beautification zones across neighborhoods. Mine was labeled Phase 1 in her handwriting. Land grab dressed up as pretty lawn care nonsense. I turned every document straight over to the county. Investigations launched fast and signatures got flagged. Money funneled in ways that smelled like fraud. Karen and her little crew faced real criminal charges. They packed up and moved out in the dead of night. Like the rats, they always were deep down inside. Now every single morning I still see that line. Faded ghost marks on the concrete only I notice. A quiet reminder of what petty power really does. In America, the most dangerous folks aren't big shots. They're the ones clutching tiny bits of authority, with nothing better to do than ruin your day. They will paint lines straight across your life, if you ever let them get away with it once. I chose to park a massive tractor right on mine, and wait for the whole ridiculous empire to crumble. Power doesn't corrupt people, it just attracts the corrupt. And the only thing scarier is someone desperate to reclaim it. Before I go, tell me in the comments below. If this happened to you, would you have fought back? Would you lawyer up or just move neighborhoods quietly? And what is your absolute worst HOA horror story? Drop it right here because I read every single one. Trust me, you are definitely not alone out here.